What's up, everybody? You can find me on this.
I'm Jill at Coach Jill. I almost said April. Coach Jill. That is
That
me.
is it. What do you? I'm like, I've edited it to Coach Jill.April for the last 2 years. What the fuck do you mean? I almost said. This is why we edit. It's the first time Jill's had to do this on live, so now she's nervous. That was fun. Would you like another attempt at that?
You know where to find me.
And we're back. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm not giving you an episode. I don't fucking know anymore.
19, I think.
Of season 2. So that puts us at 50 something.
plus.
Crazy. More than 50 episodes. And growing. I like it. What you doing?
Trying to look. Episode 19. Yeah, I was right.
19. Nice. Episode 19. Hards and joys as is goes.
My whole week was a hard. I really had a time last week of dealing with 3 of my least favorite things: men, money, and cars. Throw them all together, bad time for Jill. I'm not going to give full specifics because I don't have to. But my week started last week with my new accountant telling me my tax return was ready to go, followed by the amount I owed in income tax, which was like thousands of dollars more than I thought I was gonna owe. And then she continued to explain to me that it's because my old accountant, like, we knew he was doing my taxes wrong, but she really discovered how wrong he was doing them. And she's fixing all of it, and we love her for that. But the number shock was because of his errors. So that's how my week started. And honestly, I think I turned around pretty good from it. Like, I had a good cry about it because I just don't understand how people can get away with blatantly not doing their jobs, and it comes back on me. Like, that man didn't do his job properly, and the only person that will ever pay the price for it is me. And that's crazy, to hire somebody as a professional thinking they're doing their job just to find out they weren't. So that was more of my cry about that, was just like, what do you mean people are out here not doing their jobs and getting away with it? I did have a small cry about the money stress side of it, but I just keep telling myself that the whole day I was like, literally nothing's real and everything's made up. And for some reason that's really settling my brain lately. Like, we've talked about it before, money's made up, taxes are made, every social construct we have is made up. So I just, the whole day, all that was playing in my head was, it's fine because nothing's real and everything's made up. And apparently that settled my brain enough to not
completely come undone,
have it be a week ruiner. It was just a few hours. But then the rest of my week flowed into attempting to paying out my car lease, but then learning that I actually owed more than what I thought, but the bank couldn't tell me why because they didn't do my financing. And I came home from the bank in tears because I had called the bank multiple times. I had asked multiple people multiple questions, and I thought I knew what I was walking into at the bank, only to get there and be told something else. And a very neurodivergent thing of just a meltdown of what do you mean? I called the people, I asked the questions, I did the research, and I'm still wrong. And I know it's not me that was wrong, but that's how it always lands in my system of how did I still fuck that up? So that was frustrating because I also don't do numbers or math well. So that's always frustrating when I think I've checked all the boxes and done all the things, only to find out I'm still wrong on a number. And then that turned into having to deal with the car dealership, and then finding out my car lease was never a lease, it was a loan. And basically the man who signed me my lease 5 years ago verbally said it was a 0% 5-year lease, and then slid me paperwork for a termed loan at 2.75% interest instead. And I could go down that whole rabbit hole of how did I not know? But I have gone to enough therapy in the last 5 years that I can be yeah, that's actually not my fault. When a man sitting in front of you whose job is to do car leases tells you something and you agree to certain terms, certain percent interest, certain length of time, and then slides you paperwork that's completely different, that's not actually on me. I probably could have read it more in depth, yes, but I was very confident in what I was signing, and I had negotiated terms and price and all the things. He just took it upon himself to slide me different paperwork, and now 5 years later, I'm finding out I was never on a lease. It was a loan, which is why it's more difficult to pay out than I thought it was going to be. So I actually did nothing over the weekend because I just wanted to like take my brain out and put it on a table because it was just a lot of learning and numbers and men and not understanding and getting fucked over, and that was hard.
Yep. It was a long week. There's a lot of numbers this week, even for me in a supporting role. In a week.
So this might PSA that if you ever decide to lease a car, make sure you're actually signing a lease agreement, because the lady came out, was that yesterday? No, Monday, when we went in to get the paperwork, and she was like, well, you don't have a lease, you have a loan. And I literally, my automatic response was, yeah, you're gonna have to explain that to me because I thought I signed a lease. And then she proceeded to explain it to me, and it was never a lease, it was a loan the whole time.
My hard came up in therapy today, mostly because it has to deal with therapy. I'm in the process of getting official diagnosis across the board for all of the things that I experienced in this life. It's just time for multiple reasons and shit I don't have to get into. But the hard is I came unglued in therapy about it today, trying to put how I choose to share my story aside to convince analytical, already don't believe you scientists, doctors, and everybody else involved, government officials, that you experience life this way every single day. And it frustrates so many versions of me that these questions are as analytical as they are because they can't explain to you that the question asked, like, in the last 7 days, have you? And I was like, in the last 7 days. Sweetie, in the last 24 hours, I have experienced all of these things in a variant of ways in elevating holy shits and sometimes not even at all. But you don't give me space to say that. You just give me one option, and that stresses my system out because I have to convince you that my brain's broken, but you won't let me actually answer the question that'll help you understand how it's broken. And I've been explaining myself to people for 35 fucking years to not be heard most of the time, trauma included. So yeah, I'm exhausted with explaining myself to people, even though I have to live this way every day, whether people believe me or see it or not. So the hard is that, knowing that the system is literally laughing in my fucking face while I fight to survive every day. Not because of shit someone else did to me. A parent, in fact, multiple parents, guardians, people in places of power over children did shit to me that rewired my brain in horrific ways, and I gotta fucking explain that to people just to be seen as a human, to be treated it's a fucked up process. And like, to get these diagnoses is a big deal for me and for many reasons, and you'll hear all about them. But the process, I knew going in was going to be hard. It was already been hard to heal and to do the therapy for the last 10 years. So to be having to relive things that my ACE score went up because I didn't understand one of the questions the first time I took the test. And that was what came up in therapy today, was that, even I don't still have a full grasp on the lengths and depths of my traumatic experiences. So what am I going to find as I continue to dive? And these diagnoses, the official ones, will help me and open doors for me to find more answers about myself. So worth it on many levels, but just the process is fucked up.
Yeah, I imagine it feels like having to like do a dance. Be like, okay, do the dance and do the thing and show us how bad you need this thing.
Yeah, and it's like it's such a weird system when like the trick that everybody wants to see is the one that hurts the most people. Like the versions of me that come out, that like I'm talking about, come out best in high stress situations because that's how I live my entire fucking life. On the most anxious hair trigger reaction to any version semblance of danger, I still have to deal with that. That hair trigger is still there, but I've learned how to like not let it actually like go off all the time. It's placating to people that still won't believe even if they write in agreement. It's dumbing myself down for people that aren't actually worth it in real life. I don't dumb myself down for you guys. I don't really pull punches. There's stuff that I won't share. There's graphic details that you don't need to know. You just need to know that it happened. But I don't water myself down for you guys. I stopped doing that a long time ago. But not only do I have to water myself down, I have to share pieces of me that don't paint the entire picture of what I juggle and navigate every day. So that seems like it's an unfair test to be telling me that's what I have if you don't actually see the whole picture. So yeah, just one of those things that pisses me off about the system and the process.
I've been listening to a women's health podcast for the last like week or so, working my way through it. And something they repeatedly say in the podcast, which I wish we just like did across the board, is whenever they're explaining like a symptom that women deal with, they're like, we know this because we listen to women and we believe them. But like most systems don't work that way, because they always caveat with, and there's research to show, because listening to people and believing them is never enough for our systems. And it took me my brain to actually like understand what they were saying by, we know this because we listen to women and we believe them, and we've done studies to prove it. Because I'm like, there has to be both. Nobody will ever believe the just listen and believe. So then it also, in your case, like it still has to be proven. And that's not fun, because then you feel like a science experiment that's like, but does it do what we need it to do?
It's so wild to like have my medical file read back to me when we went to see the doctor for the first time, and to hear a doctor that's well versed in mental health and being a fucking doctor have to take a breath and take a moment with the shit she's reading in my fucking medical file. It's such a weird space that my experience in this life that I carry every day floors people that are supposed to be professionals and can navigate the spaces that they're in. There's not even like bloody trauma. That's just like a literal experience that I've lived on repeat. Even my medical file is wrought with, how the fuck are you still standing? So to have someone that's in the system look at my shit and go, what the fuck? Equally as validating as it's frustrating, because she now has to help me convince other fucking people in her own field and above her field that what she's reading as documented experiences in the system actually happened and continue to happen whether I'm in the hospital or not. Loads of fun over here jumping through white hoops. Joy, I made chocolate covered licorice. That was fun. That was a good time. I enjoyed that. Joy is like, I all of a sudden got really fucking busy. The next few months look like a bunch of modeling. I've upgraded to model coach across a couple of platforms, which is so fucking cool. I really do love what I get to do. I don't know if you guys saw the video on my page of me doing the thing, but like, I love people. I hate so many of you, but I love people. I love being around them and seeing them come out of their shells. I love watching them evolve and grow right before my eyes. I love being a part of that journey, even if it's for 3 hours. Like, how fucking beautiful to have an exchange with so many people and leave feeling more full than when I got there, even though I was exhausted. And I have that experience every time I get to work with people that want to work with me and want to work in these spaces and get better and end. So that's been a lot of fun. We did an in and out to Saskatchewan together. I love when Jill comes with me. But we went in and out. That was fun experience for so many reasons. Got invited back in the summer. And I have a kitchen, which is fucked up. And not the one in our house, for the fuck's sake. I have a kitchen where I get to do all this meal prep now. An industrial kitchen where it's going to save me some time. I'm going to get to provide hot meals. Hot meals for people. And you can help. It's $10 a meal. And I'm going to stretch that. Holy shit, am I going to stretch that. But it's $10 a meal plus tax. And you can support your community. I've got 2 donors now that are donating $50 a month. They've committed over the next till the end of the year to drop $50 a month and sponsor and support this thing. And I think that's so fucking exciting to have reoccurring abilities now. And just to have a kitchen, to have a home base where not only can we breed community, but there can be educational spaces. We can create events. We can create a hub of love and support for people that really need it.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of the building blocks for you are like...
Yeah, I have a hard time being optimistic, like celebrating it, because this is still the foundation building for me. But there's been so much movement. There have been moments, I will say, in gratitude to the universe, to creator, you, to the people that choose to have me in these spaces and give me these opportunities, because I've put in a lot of fucking work in every version of these spaces. So to see it coming to fruition and offering me more spaces to take up and more spaces to create is a lot of fun. And I had a moment or two of being like, I'm proud of you for continuing to do what you do, despite the ease with which I could do the opposite. I don't always nail that, Sonny. I'll tell you that right now. I'm fully autistic. I jump on this girl all the time.
He do be autistic, so he doesn't mean to, but a lot of the time I'm like halfway through and I'll just restart the sentence after.
I'm sorry. I'll wait. I'm sitting. I'm good. I'm fine. I won't remember what I wanted to say, but I will.
If you guys saw the behind the scenes of my content,
That's not my fault.
And
You say very interesting things.
Ethan doesn't get offended when I cut him out when I'm like editing, because
I expect
it's like we're just talking at the same time and you can't hear either of us, and that's just like not helpful. Like I heard what he said in the moment, but you can't hear what he said in the content. So there's a lot of times where I just like restart the sentence and cut that piece out. But it's fine. I'm actually too good at not interrupting sometimes.
Yeah.
If you put me in a group setting, I just won't speak.
The other side of the coin is Jill just won't talk.
Because I don't.
Not beneficial.
So like, I think the biggest difference between autism and social anxiety is like, Ethan can explain because he has the autistic brain in that way, where you guys think my 2-second pause between words is the time to speak. Like she's not, dang it, she wasn't done talking. Versus a socially anxious brain, the whole time I'm just like, no, too late. So then I just won't talk.
You won't continue to turn up the volume and speed so you're heard.
No,
you just
I go the other way where I'm like, oh my god, nobody stopped talking for long enough, so I can't talk. And then if somebody else starts talking, I'm like, well, I missed my opportunity to insert what I wanted to say. And then we're on to a different topic, and now I just have nothing to say.
Go back. I think you should go back because I want to hear. Now I want to know what you were going to say.
Yeah, so there's a lot of times in like especially group settings where I have things I would like to say, I just don't because I'm too scared to interrupt somebody.
We're getting there. What's your joy?
Nothing huge. We went to the PWHL game last night. Vancouver, not good, but also I can recognize that like Boston's one of the inaugural teams. They're like in first in the league. Vancouver is this year or last year? It's like last year. They're so new.
Or this year maybe second to last or something. And I know there's only 8 teams. It was just like
and
there was a real clear. It sucked because Vancouver had flashes of good.
Yeah, there was the only goal they scored was so cool.
It was a very McDavid.
I was just like, weird. I love when women are athletes.
She skated. She walked the team. Like it was good.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't say in the moment, but I'm like, if McDavid did that, people would not shut the fuck up about that. But
that's why I couldn't stop repeating. That was so fucking cool. It happened right in front of us too. She goes so around the far side, blue line crossover, one drag, and then like everyone else got stick checked on the next toe drag, and she like did this little heel hook thing, and it just whoop took a shot, slid it. It was like, oh my, what did you just do to that poor woman? You yard sailed her, and she doesn't know it yet. It was good.
Is your cousin the big goalie or the little goalie?
What Campbell or the other one? Oh, then yours was the first one. Then if you felt bad, then yours was the first one.
We love her. She tried her best.
She really did. She's really so little. Okay, I was trying to explain one of my new connections was with us. She was in net, and I'm like, Jesus, you're cute. And I was like, with the most respect of being a great athlete, you're so small in that net. Because I remember Devin Dubnyk couldn't stand in his net. He had to bend over just to get his ass under the crossbar. And that's what I'm used to seeing is 6'7" goalies. There's just like, how do you even stop a puck? It was fun. And then she didn't stop a puck, and I got it.
It's okay. She tried.
She did really good. She made a couple of big saves, but like they did do her a favor in pulling her for the third. Was just like.
It also didn't help that her team wasn't shooting. Like
it's
hard to win a 5-1 game when you don't shoot the puck.
They had 9 shots until like 7 minutes left in the second fucking period. It was there was a dude like 2 people down from me, and me and him were having a good couple of shit talk moments. It was fun, but just like we were like, what is there a shot coming? And then it would go like 18 feet wide. And and you're like, listen, I know I said shoot. I meant at the fucking net though. And then somewhere in the like last half of the second, they started trying to play hockey because then they would just get them hemmed in their own zone. Like, wait, Vancouver, you can play? Because they were passing it around, skating, shooting, score. Like, what do you mean you can do that, but you can't do it for more than 6 seconds at a time?
I really wish they scored earlier because the momentum post goal was like a whole different team was playing.
Yeah, once that girl walked the team, they looked like they were like, oh, we remember how to do this now. Let's go do this.
But I had like a lot of moments of joy being there. It's actually really hard to be in those spaces as an empathetic human because there's all these like little girls with their signs. I'm gonna cry about it. My social anxiety won yesterday. I won't cry in public because there's too many people. One sec, let me gather my. I think it's really cool that little girls get to watch women play.
No shit.
Ah!
Say it. You're my favorite, baby.
These are the moments where my empath and my social anxiety fight because it won't let me cry in public because there's too many strangers around. But I knew this was going to happen. I teared up when I talked to my manager about it this morning too. I think it's really cool that girls get to watch women play professional sports. Because I remember growing up playing basketball and being like, oh yeah, college is the furthest I can go. And like these little tiny kids get to be like, whoa, these women are playing where the Oilers play and getting paid to play, and people know their names, and there's 11,000 people in this building to watch women play sports.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I would get it. I get it from the black perspective. I 100% get that from the black perspective. Black firsts are always fuck me up. Kids black first, seeing, yeah.
I just think like those kids actually get to like strive for
whatever
they want.
Yeah.
There's no ceiling anymore. There's a professional women's hockey league. You can be whatever you want in this world.
But yeah, like yep. I got nothing but yep. It's cool. And the signs were all, there were some stellar signs.
There were some like, great signs.
Huck around and find out from like an 8-year-old girl was my favorite sign of the night. But there were just so many really, really cool phrases, but just all in support of women's hockey, women's sport, women. The chant, "We want a team," like was one of the loudest chants of the whole fucking night through the whole building. Half the signs saying, "Bring more women's hockey, bring women's sport." And like it, the crowd, you were in the right place. We were all in the right place for that crowd to be just seeing these signs and be like, yeah, more of this thing that's happening right now. 11,000 people showed up. More would have showed up if you'd have just opened the whole fucking building, I guarantee it.
I am kind of glad they only sold the lower bowl because then it looked busy, because if they would have sold the upper bowl too, there would have been men being like, see, nobody was even at the game, versus like packing the lower bowl looks better, and then nobody can be like, look, there's nobody there.
But like you could see there were people in standing room only. You could see that like they probably could have sold 15,000 tickets instead of the 11, which is like still 11 was crazy to see that number come up there.
There was just like so many queer humans. There was like 2 wives sitting in the same row as us, and it was just like such a different hockey environment. Like the Oilers could never, will never, can never, because it's not a safe place for people like women's sports is. So yeah, I just had a lot of moments of thinking it was really cool, and like I had a couple giggles because a lot of the younger boys that were there were learning that that's not their space. And I don't I don't want that to come across as like they can't be there, but the difference between when they would show like a little girl with a sign on the Jumbotron versus a boy was just like the difference in crowd, the difference in energy. And I was like, you guys are learning a tough lesson early, that there's actually a space now that isn't for you. And you can be there, but you're going to have to be in support of the women in this room and playing these sports, because every other space is for you. You don't need this one.
Yeah, like they did like a flex cam thing, and everybody in our row looked at me, and I was like, I'm not playing this game. This is not this. I'm staying in my lane. This ain't even about me.
And they picked this not white,
this full queer, this mixed for sure queer jacked woman, and it was spectacular. I mean, it's like not even like that. I'm gonna lose. You should be. And then they showed another jack check. I'm like, this is why I stayed sitting down, because it's not about me. I'm here to watch them find exactly who the fuck they're looking for.
Yeah, it was just
all the women that are jacked as fuck.
A cool, like, safe space for people to exist in. And yeah, I'm glad we went. Hopefully, Daryl Cates has got lots of money. Fund a female team. He'll never, just so we're clear. It will not be Daryl Cates that brings a team here, I promise you that.
Nope, it will not be. But with that being said, we are going to jump into our full-on episode. So we thank you so much over there on the live for joining us for our highs and joys, for sharing with us. We're going to do this every week that we go. We'll bring you live with us up until this point, and then you can check out the rest of the episode when we post it tonight.
Yeah, the podcast will be up tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. MST on YouTube, Spotify, and anywhere you listen to your podcasts. So.
Share us with your friends, please. We love you.
Bye.
I wanted to go up, but we were having a good moment. We've said bye to our live audience. That means it's just you and me, you and we, you and she. Bye. It's time to get into our episode. Hey, baby, how's dating been?
Well, it's been like 3 days. I did make the decision to venture back in to dating. I've been thinking about it for the last like month or so. I just didn't commit. So we rebuilt my Hinge and my Field profile. I don't really care about the other apps. I don't find a lot of success on them. And honestly, I don't have the mental capacity to deal with that many apps. It's been fine. I'm trying to be optimistic about it and not, like, you made a fair point the other day of like, I'm right, nobody's original. Like, and not hold people to a standard that maybe like I hold myself to. Like, people are people.
That's a better way of saying it, because I think that there's a difference between like lowering your standards on communication and overtly seeking your type of communication, which is going to fail every time. Nobody talks like you and I do, and even the ones that do, after the initial talk, go back to not talking that way. So it's like a
Yeah, and trying not to like hold on to it, just being like, wow, you're dog shit at communicating, unmatch, and just like move on with my life versus being like, wow, that's so annoying that somebody can't communicate, just being like, wow, you suck at this. Goodbye. And just like leaving it at that. It's been fine. A lot of like familiar faces in the sense of like faces that were on there last time I was dating. I will say I'm finding more non-monogamy humans, and I don't know if that's just like luck of the draw or if it's like
no, it's becoming shifted. For sure more prevalent. Like, even like I rotate my apps by way of like focus. I forgot Field existed till you said it. But like I don't really check Hinge unless somebody matches with me on Hinge, and I'll spend some like the next week paying attention to Hinge. But like even when I go back, there is regular faces that I see all the time, and then all of a sudden there's like a new. You're new. That's cool. And so like, yeah, I'm starting to see whether they're new to exploring or they're just here. And so like I think that it's people are finding there's more spaces for it because the dating apps, the word's getting out that you can select non-monogamy as a thing, and there's not just like one app like FetLife or Field that are based on a lifestyle thing. You can actually go to these regular ones and find people like you.
Yeah, I also noticed a big difference. Like, one of my best friends operates in the non-monogamy poly space, and I haven't really, like, I've dated a little bit, but her and I were like not nearly as good of friends as we are now. So I am noticing there's like a difference in having just somebody to like talk to about it. Like, I can obviously talk to Ethan about it, but just like having another human to share experiences with is nice. I've also noticed a difference. Like, I don't really have a goal. Like, obviously I have a goal of finding a human, or a human for both of us, or a human for just me, or both, or whatever. But I don't really feel like I need to do it right now. Like, I'm just like, just exist on the apps and talk to people and see what happens versus like.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Versus like, I need to go for coffee and I need to know if they're cool and I need to figure out if that's the right person.
Again, to not lowering your standards, but like shifting your own expectations of people. Like, there sounds like there's been an expectation of you to match my level of communication, whatever the fuck it is. But like, you asked me how I did not long ago, like how I do coffee. This is just coffee. Like, the easiest part about this is just coffee. Half these people never talk to me again. I feel no way about that. Like, how could I possibly? And in that mentality, it is just coffee, or it's just a dating app.
Well, I think you said to me a while ago, like, people are nobody, and that's not in like a rude way. It's just like, these are
one of 8 billion other fuckers.
All of these people are nobody. Like, they're nobody to me. They're just a human. They could become something to me, but like currently they are nobody.
And I'm nobody to them. It's not like that's how I caveat that. I'm nobody to them. I'm just a fucking guy on a dating site. Like, that's what I said to that person when they fucked off. I was like, it's cool. Like, I'm really still am just a dude on a dating site. Like, I'm not saying that rudely. I mean, like, tell me what else I am. Thank you. That's it. Like, it's really team. It's just that simple.
Well, and it's funny because I've seen some faces of like people that I went on dates with like a few times last time, and I remember being like confused of why it didn't work, or like people just walking away and then seeing their face on dating apps. I'm like, yeah, you're still nobody. Like, we hung out a few times, we went on a few dates, you disappeared off the face of the earth, but like now you're nobody. Like, I'm not going to swipe again, but like, it's just like funny to watch your brain shift back to like, in the moment, I was like, well, that sucks.
Yeah,
And now
offended
I'm just
or
like,
hurt
oh.
by it. Yeah, I think that we put, sorry, a little too. We're all prone to it. Like I used to be really bad for it, but and I still get it in certain aspects, but prone to being like everybody has to have an experience of me. Like I want everybody to have a good experience with me in any way, shape, or form. But like when it doesn't go that way, we take it as an offense on our system. Like we're the problem. No, that's just a whole human that doesn't mesh with my human. So what are we fighting for here? What are we upset about? It literally just didn't work. 8 billion. Can you count that high? Can you actually from 1 to 8 make it there? Because that's so many possibilities of energies of experiences that are going to either vibe or not, and we get hung up on the one that just didn't go anywhere. Sounds weird, right? That ratio is kind of fucked up. No, I'm not talking shit, baby. I'm not. No, not you know, I'm not.
It's the same. Like when we were at the hockey game last night, I like changed my radius to like 5 kilometers because listen, there was a lot of
very attractive queers.
You have to take advantage of the environment you're in. There's this lady sitting in the same row as us, and she was married, but I actually was like,
the androgyny level
maybe
in
I
that
do
building
have
was
a type
terrifying.
because I have a TikTok crush currently that's like very androgynous. Mm-hmm. And I actually think as I actually lean into my queer, the lady sitting in the same row as us was like in very masked. She had like short blonde hair with a toque on and like a red jacket, and she had a wedding ring on. I love that for her wife. And I was just like, wow, you're cool. And I also think it speaks to like,
love this on you. This makes me so happy.
I think it's cool when people are like very like outwardly queer. Like I have to like plan. I'm always queer, but I have to plan to like appear queer to the naked eye. Because I'm femme. And until I change that, I'm always going to look straight unless I like.
Similarly here, I have to dress femme to be queer.
So I have a lot of like respect for people that are like, I'm queer, whether you know me or you're just looking at me. But I don't know, something about short hair, little toques is really hitting my soul lately.
I understand you in the depths of my soul, love.
Because I saw her a few times, like at the concession and then sitting, and I was like, whoa. And then she had a giant wedding ring on, and I said, love that for you guys. I told my manager that, and he goes, well, maybe they're poly. Maybe. But yeah, you got to really take advantage.
We actually look like we travel with this team. We don't. We just happen to be here.
How do you navigate dating? I go to PWH. It's my whole strategy.
We spent a whole season just following Vancouver around, and wouldn't you know it, we had some fucking fruitful adventures.
Put a team in Edmonton so I can become a season ticket holder.
Like, dead ass. There's a reason to be in BC. It was because we hate Alberta. Then it became we're following Vancouver's PWHL.
Listen, in Edmonton, it's slim pickings for queer spaces.
Better, at least fun to be in.
Yeah. But it's just like cool to go back to dating and like have different perspectives and like being more comfortable with being queer. I knew my like taste in people would shift, and my like I'm still not that brave in public. I'll do it one day. But it's just cool to see a shift in like what I'm attracted to and what piques my interest. And then also be able to just be like, wow, you suck at communicating. Goodbye. I got my first message this morning of like, oh, me and my husband are looking for a third, right? Thanks for putting that in your profile. But just to be like, we know these things are going to happen. Mm-hmm. So it's also why it took so long to come back to dating, because I was like, you can't just like go back and be instantly annoyed. You have to like be okay with the process of dating if you want to date.
Yeah, I think that I try to hold that space for you, or at least to remind you of more often than not. Like you again, not lowering your standards, but like your expectations of people are so high in the weirdest ways when you expect them to be you. In these spaces, like you didn't write out a half-ass profile. You just didn't put nearly as much thought as you did into it the first time, because you realize it doesn't really matter.
Nobody's
what I say.
Reading it anyway.
But that's what I mean. Like you realize that it doesn't actually matter. Mine, I joke. I'm like, I say that. I put the first line in. I don't think you bitches read this. because like so many people match with me and then see Jill after and go, whoops, I'm like, hold on, it's all over here. If you're paying attention and actually read the fucking thing, that I'm not alone over here. People don't. So now you realize that you don't actually have to give a fuck. No, you don't. You like literally don't have to give a fuck. Say hi, say your opening line. If people don't message, you know what it means? It means you're still dating. At the end of the day, you're still dating, and that's what's the fun part. It should be a version of fun. Make it past the first few what the fucks, but it's fun.
Yeah. So we'll see. Like, nobody's made it to asking for
go coffee week.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm leaving that shit in.
But I'm sure somebody will make the cut at some point. I think you and I have talked about this, but is there things you look for like red flags or green flags on apps, like when you're navigating as a polyamorous human?
Yes and no. Yeah, I'm sure I have my own, like, I have weird ones that are just like judgmental fucky things of people. Like if you have a picture of your animal licking your face, immediate fuck off.
Also, to anybody, like, I was listening to a podcast on this the other day where somebody was saying, they're like, I hate when people are like, oh, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. It's like, no, that's literally what a dating app is for. Like, that's, she was like, I don't get it. I hate when people say that to me because, like, that's what a dating app is for. Like, you curated your profile to present the way you wanted it to present, to accurately reflect you.
I will never get when people don't put face shots and then you'll have to work to get a picture. It's like, no, you weird fuck. Go fuck yourself. Get the fuck off here. My ego doesn't need to be puffed up by making the kind of getting a picture of you, you weird sloth.
Like, we'll match. You'll get pictures of me once we match. How about I'm not fucking matching with you if I don't know what you look like? I hope you stay
single and miserable for life. And get the fuck old.
That's, yeah, when people are like, you shouldn't judge on a dating app. No, that's actually the purpose of a dating app, is to judge and use discernment and make a decision on people that you feel like might possibly vibe with you.
Or not. What was the question? Oh, red flag. Fuck. I just, like, you stupid. Yeah, like, I have funny ones that I think like are like that. If your animal's in your face, you're fucking disgusting. I don't do fake very well. I'm not even explaining that. You know what the fuck I mean when I say that. But I judge people based off of like reading their actual profile and their pictures. Your picture is what is the initial attraction. No shit. But like a conventional beauty is not really like my thing. I'm sure I pick people to try to match with that are conventionally hot. But like if all you have is pictures, swipe left. Because it's not worth my time. If your bio doesn't give me anything to ask you, also kind of tough to have a conversation. Because past hi, how are you? You gave me nothing to fucking ask you. How'd your lip filler go? Is that what you want? How much you pay for them titties?
How many units did you get?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you want? That's all you showed me. So what the fuck would you like me to ask you? How many have you taken? I'm uncertain of what conversation you're trying to have with people on here with just pictures of you half naked, which I fully support because some of mine are half naked. Why not show off the goods that I'm presenting and give people a taste that everybody else gets on social media anyways? But back to my question, what the fuck am I supposed to ask you? So that's a yellow flag, but it's also like orange because it shows me you have no depth. And I don't have that kind of patience. Red flags are like no attempts at spelling. I know that one's funny, but it's actually not. I don't have the time to fucking hieroglyphics figure out what the fuck you're trying to say to me with some fake made up slang. And this is not like a you need education. It means grow the fuck up.
If I have to Google what something means on your profile, tough sell.
Like, yeah, like I just don't understand why you can't spell words out. So like, yep. And this is for me. Like, this is you're learning about how I see dating apps. This has no points or cues for you at all. I'll get to that shit. Because there are genuine red flags that are like safety things for people. In the non-monogamy and polyamory side of it, I am looking for, if you are actually like, if you say you're polyamorous, is there proof? Because like Jill's on my profile because I link my social media openly and I say in here that I'm open to all versions of connections and have them. So are you like openly talking about your life on, because that's who you are, this with the dating profile, back to judging people by that. I shouldn't have to guess if you're actually polyamorous. which lots of people make you do. And to the red flag of unicorn hunting, like that's a red flag for me always. Not even a yellow one, just a red one. I have more, but your turn.
Yeah. If it says anything about you and your boyfriend or you and your husband or you and whatever, I'm out because some people try to loophole it by being like, me and my boyfriend are looking for somebody to have experience with together, but I'm also open to dating separately if it works. No, you're not. No, you're not. Or else you would lead with you're looking for a connection for you, and if I happen to like your boyfriend, cool, but you're not. And I guarantee you, if you liked me and I only liked you, your boyfriend would not let that slide. So I stay pretty far away from people that lead with me and my partner or me and my boyfriend or me and my husband are looking for somebody. I have a hard time with people that are like negative on their profiles. Like when they approach dating from the side of like, I'm not looking for this and don't match with me if you have that. I'm like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Like you're allowed to set your boundaries all you want, but some of you are just obnoxious as fuck.
But like, wouldn't you rather present with like, here's what I'm looking for versus like, don't you dare match with me if X, Y, and Z. Like I'm like, whoa, so weird.
Yeah, like no blacks is a crazy sentence on a dating profile. But
Or,
I see that a lot.
Like people that are monogamous that have obviously been done dirty by non-monogamy or polyamory in some way, and they're like, don't even bother liking my profile if you have a partner. I'm not interested. Okay. That was so aggressive for no reason.
You know what I find interesting about that? I come across those profiles in the non-monogamy section all the time. So what were you doing in here? I don't know if you know this. I don't know what it looks like on the female side, but if you go to the explore section, it gives you options like bi, gay, sexual, demi. Then it goes down a little bit and you can go non-monogamy, just for fun, sporty, nature lovers. And then there's like relationships only, has kids, doesn't want.
Oh,
you know,
is this Tinder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And so and so in there when you go into those, pairs you with people that also have been there. So if you're so against non-monogamy, what you doing in here? And then in the just for fun section, which is a fun section, if you are in there just for fun, how are you talking shit about non-monogamy? You sit and do the math.
I think that's all of my red flags. There's just some profiles that I don't believe, and that could be me misreading, and it could be me perfectly reading. And either way, I don't believe you, so I'm out.
Yeah, green flags. I get that, but like, I do that one too. We can pause here for a second because I do that one too. If I have to guess, I'm choosing no.
It's unfortunately mostly for white males that look straight, but somewhere in their bio it says they, them, pan, or... And I'm just like, I don't believe you. You have a truck in your profile picture. I don't believe you. And
there's an Alberta strong in that one.
Yeah. And again, people don't have to prove their sexuality or their person, but like, I need you to give me some sort of indicator that you mean it, and you're not just like identifying a certain way to get on my profile.
Yeah, and you know who caused that feeling? White men. Green flags. When they say they're 420 friendly, right away you have a piece of my attention. Because not everybody is, but it seems to be very general now. Like it's pretty on the assumption that most people do. And the red flag is when someone talks shit about smoking cannabis or cannabis at all. That's a huge red flag. Especially when they still drink. Most say drink. I have a hard time. You have to have a whole lot else on your profile for me to swipe right on a you drink. That's not judgmental. It's just like I don't drink. I do not drink. So it's hard to understand me because I don't drink. You can't understand me just because I smoke weed or because I like psychedelics if you drink. And it's not, we are not on the same wavelength. That's not talking shit. That's a factual thing. So why even have the conversation? Do you have like a, let's play this game. Let's ask questions about how we date on here. I know you say that you have a type now, specifically like you're starting to realize you have a type. How much do looks play a role in you swiping? Like, do you ever just go, yeah, I just want to know you just cause, or are you like always investigating?
I think it's twofold. I think like looks are important to everybody, and anyone who's like, I think everybody's beautiful. Okay. But like I need to know something about you. If we're judging just off of like pictures on a wall, we're all have an attraction to different types. So I think it's like twofold of like obviously there's some up front where I'm like, nope. And then there's others where like I'm more neutral, but like something in their profile catches my eye.
Mm-hmm.
I still think femmes and femme presenting people, like I just think girls are really pretty, but like I also think femme is what I'm used to. So it's funny when like somebody that's more mass catches my eye because I'm like, I just don't think that was ever presented as an option for me, and it's taken my brain a while to be like, wait, that actually is an option. And I've said this when I was dating men too, like there needs to be like something cool about you, and I feel that way with like femme humans also. Like yes, girls are pretty beautiful, all of the things, but like I need there to also be something interesting about you. And I find like, and I can say this because I'm a femme presenting girl, a lot of us just rely on being pretty. And if you don't have anything like,
There's a yellow flag. That's what I meant earlier. That's exactly
like if
what
you don't have anything that I can like latch onto in your profile, then like
you're ugly at some point in the day. I'll tell you.
like
that for
it's
free.
great that you're pretty and I can acknowledge that, but I don't think you're interesting, and that there's a big difference for my brain. And like I said, I was like that with men too. Like I have dated a lot of types of men, but there was always something different, interesting, whatever about them. Um, so yeah, like looks matter to me, but it goes twofold of like I could feel neutral, but your profile would like give me something cool, or I can think you're pretty, but I think you're boring. Where I just think like mask humans are just like cool up front. So you can get by just being like, wow, you have something cool about your looks, and I'll swipe. Versus like if you're just pretty, I love that for you, but you hopefully are interesting also. Yeah. And then I would say also like my green flag with like messaging people is like how you come into initially messaging. Like I'm not really interested in like hearing about why your week sucks, why your life sucks, why your day sucks, like right away. Like you're allowed to have bad days, but like if every message is like, well, my weekend was boring, I didn't do anything. Yeah, work's busy, it sucks. Yeah. I hate that it's okay. This is a really positive interaction we're having right now. And I don't need you to fake it, but like I don't know you, you don't know me, so let's maybe not lead with everything sucks and I hate it all. Because those are not really the vibes I would like in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super, super valid. That was a common complaint the last time you dated.
And like if you hate your life that much, maybe don't be dating currently.
You rather shit to fix. I guarantee you that. Yeah.
I think so. If you guys have any questions about like how we navigate dating as polyamorous humans,
Or how do you date?
yeah, like what if you're operating on an app currently, whether you're monogamous, straight, whatever, what are a couple of your things that you look for or stay away from? And yeah, if you have any questions about how we navigate things, let us know. I think the best part is like lots of apps have lots of options now. It's not just men or women, like there's just like more options to choose from. I remember using Tinder before and it was just like, are you attracted to men or women? Are you a man or a woman? Like there's just so many more options now.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. That was fun. I am Ethan with Fight Me on This and Sir Lifts.
I'm Jill at Coach Jill.April, and you can find the podcast at Shifting the Lens Podcast. If you don't follow us across platforms, you should, and you will in fact see more content from us, especially on TikTok. So we will catch you over there.
See you tonight.
Bye.